Originally, I imagined myself as a structural engineer, designing buildings with a hard hat, with the blueprints, all that kind of stuff. But real life, day-to-day structural engineering, at least in my experience, wasn't quite so exciting. Now, granted, I was at a big company. I was on a project that had 50 structural engineers, and I was at the lowest bottom level. So it was just an assembly line. And so after that experience, I decided I really needed to try to find something else. And internally, they had the job posting for the analysis group working on the software. And when I saw the job posting, I thought that seemed like something that would be a better fit for me. And so I went for it and was able to get that job. And then, just learning on the job, I realized that was a good fit and just went from there. I've been doing nothing else really since then. I'm Bruce Bates. I graduated from Virginia Tech in 1979 with my bachelor's, and then in '81 with a Master of Science degree in structural engineering. And this is RISA Technologies. This is my company. I started this company about 30 years ago, and so I'm the owner and CEO of RISA Technology. Well, when I graduated from Virginia Tech in '81, of course, I imagined a career as a structural engineer. And my first job was with a company out here in California at Fluor in Irvine. And so I came out there working as a structural engineer, and honestly, as a kind of a junior assistant engineer, I had some pretty tedious job responsibilities, and it's a huge company, so kind of assembly line type engineering. And I had an opportunity to move over to their computer group, which at the time, and this is the 1982-ish, everything was mainframe based, no personal computers or anything like that. So I moved into their mainframe group working on structural analysis software, which for me was a dream job. I mean, I really enjoyed doing that. And I was in that group for about 5 years, which honestly was like going to college all over again. I mean, I learned a ton working in that group. And so around the mid-'80s is when personal computers started appearing. And so I managed to get a hold of one at Fluor and started experimenting with it. Wrote a couple of little simple programs that I distributed to the engineers at Fluor that were very popular. And I actually approached the management at Fluor about possibly selling software. And they weren't interested in that, and so I decided to give it a shot on my own. So I left Fluor in 1986 and started RISA Technologies, released my first program in 1987, and here I am. So just kind of grew it from there. We've been in this building since 2000. We were one of the original tenants, and so when we relocated from our prior location to this building, of course we sent out notification to all of our clients that we had relocated. And one of our clients called me up and said, "Hey, I designed that building and I used your software to do it." So, if there are any issues, I guess I have myself to blame.